Yeah, SQL Server Database Administration. Basically, say as part of this code, just first point we have to understand. So it may be any database admin, any DBA. Our job is here maintenance. Okay. So database and server maintenance is our job. First point we have to understand. We are not programmers. We are not developers. We are not developing anything. Okay, so database maintenance and database server maintenance is our job. First point we have to understand. That's why here we don't have any programming, any development knowledge is not required for us, like C, C++. All those things are not required for us. Here see, we'll work with simple commands. We'll work with simple commands here. Okay, so that's why those commands, yeah, I will share you those commands which we'll use regularly. But 1-2 lines of commands we have to remember. 1-2 lines of commands we have to remember here. Okay, so but if lengthy commands are there, yeah, no need to by heart those lengthy commands. We can store in a file also. We can use those commands also if lengthy commands are there. Right, right. Check it yes. That's remember just remember our job is maintenance actually. That's why no need to work with what programming part here. So as part of this course, I will go step by step. Already have said daily I'm recording the sessions. I will share you so that you can go through again. If any queries are there, any doubts are there, you can note down the doubts. You can send me WhatsApp message or you can share it to my email ID or we can discuss in the next class. Okay, right. Let's say first we'll see the summary. We'll see what will get here as part of this course. Daily recordings I will share you. Okay, daily class recordings I will share you so that you can go through the recordings again. Right. So I will share you soft copy material. I will share you step-by-step material. Our course material. Means what? No need to write the notes while discussing. Just we have to concentrate on the concepts what we are discussing. But whatever the concepts we are discussing, I will provide you step-by-step notes. I will provide you. Okay, soft copy material I will provide you. Like chapter-wise here, I will provide you step-by-step notes. Like module 1, module 2, module 3. Notes is there, soft copy material I will provide you. See it like this. This is my own material. So just I have not copy pasted from somewhere. I am not providing you. This is my own copyrighted material. Okay, right, right. In the same way, I will provide you some extra material. I will provide you FAQs and scenarios. I will provide you so that you can go through that, which are useful for interview purpose. Along with these step-by-step notes, some extra SQL DB extra materials here. I will provide you extra material also, where I have written most of the interview questions. I have written here. Most of the interview questions I have written. You can go through that, yeah, question answers here. I will share you this soft copy material also so that it is useful while attending the interviews. Check it yeah, along with question answers, we'll discuss the issues also. Why? Because remember, tomorrow in the organization, as a SQL Server DBA, our job is what? Monitoring and troubleshooting. Okay, once we enter in the organization, remember, our regular job is what? Monitoring and troubleshooting. That's why troubleshooting part is very, very important for us. Even some confusion may be there while understanding. No need to worry. I can repeat 5 times, 10 times also. No need to worry. But troubleshooting is compulsory for us for DBS. Right. Tomorrow, once we enter in the organization, total setup is there already. Okay, so we have to work with that setup, existing setups here. Okay, right. So that's why, yeah, most of the interview questions are there, like only module-wise, chapter-wise, I have written interview questions. So those I will share you, okay, as part of this course. Right. Mm. That's like plus module-wise extra copy of material is there. I will share you. The same way, like we'll see our front office team will share you some sample resumes, DBA resumes, so that by seeing that resume, you can just modify, we can prepare our own resume, okay? Sample resume. As well as we have our Telegram group is it. In the Telegram group, what you can do, like you can register in that group once you yeah add yourself to the group. So whenever there are job openings are there, means through reference, means from our old students or some from known companies, those jobs generally our team will post, okay, regularly, day by day or something. So yeah, it will be helpful for us to get the jobs. The same way, sometimes yeah, before attending interview, before attending, suppose let's say tomorrow you are going to attend one interview. Before attending interview, if you can send the mail or if you can contact to our team according to the job description, one of our trainer will discuss what are the questions they will ask. Okay, so they will try to prepare you by taking at least 45 minutes to 1 hour. Okay, according to the job description, what are the expected questions are there? So those questions, one of our trainer will prepare you so that yeah, while attending interview, it will become easy for us. Okay, right. So this is just what we are getting here as part of our course. Right. So even like you can attend here like within 3 months time, you can attend one more batch also if you want. Generally, here not required. Why? Because daily I'm recording the class. I'm providing you recorded session, right? So that recordings you can watch. No need to attend once again in general. Or if like any shift timings or any timing issues are there, you can attend other batches also. Daily we have 6 batches are there, morning 4, evening 2 batches. So you can attend the other batches also if you want. Okay, if any timings issues are there. Okay, right. There's like flexibility will there. No need to worry. Right. Right. This is like what we are getting here as part of this course. So we'll start with here. Generally, we have seen that as a SQL Server DBA, our job is what? Maintenance is our job. Database and database server maintenance is our jobs here. Any DBA, not only SQL DBA, any DBA, remember. So database and database server maintenance is our jobs here as a SQL Server DBA. Any DBA, it may be Oracle DBA or any DBA here. Our job is what? Maintenance here. That's why as part of maintenance here, like we have to yeah, monitor, we have to work with here monitoring and troubleshooting. Why? Because tomorrow in the server, if any problems are there, so we have to handle those problems here as a DBA. This remember like as part of maintenance, remember monitoring and troubleshooting is our regular job. We have to understand. That's why once you enter in the organization, remember total setup is there. Okay, total setup is there. So just yeah, we have to start working with that setup here. Okay, we are not going to install actually fresh installation. We are not going to do any new installations. In general, remember, once you enter in the organization, immediately we have to start working with. Right. That's why remember, monitoring and troubleshooting is our regular job. We have to understand. That's why, but to monitor and troubleshoot the problem, we should have very good knowledge is required for us. Architecture level knowledge is required for us. That's why as part of this course, I will try to discuss yeah, in detail up to maximum extent, which is possible in our 50 days, 40 to 50 days yeah, sessions here. Okay, right. So what troubleshooting, what we need to troubleshoot here, just some common troubleshooting, just I will list out here, which we can understand now. Something we can't understand now. That's why I'm not going to make you confused. We'll go step by step. Okay. See here, performance we have to troubleshoot, right? If any performance is low, we have to troubleshoot that problems. If any connectivity issues are there, connection fail, for example. Okay. If any connectivity issues are there, we have to troubleshoot those problems here. Okay, if any connectivity issues are there, right? So this is like means what, connection failed, server is down unexpectedly, database is down unexpectedly. If any connectivity issues are there, we can yeah, yeah, those issues also we have to handle here as a SQL Server DBA. Okay, right. Yeah, one second. Right. Right. So connectivity issues here we have to handle. The same way downtime issues we have to handle. Means server is down unexpectedly, database is down, or network is down. Network is handled by our networking team. But if database is down, server is down unexpectedly, we have to handle that scenarios. So security we have to take care. Regular here backups we have to schedule and we have to monitor. Why? Because daily share backup should be generated, database backup should be generated for security purpose. Why? Because we don't know, at any time database may crash, disk may fail, right? Just remember, compulsory we have to schedule what? Regular backups we have to schedule. So that tomorrow if production database is crashed, something happen, so we can take the database from the backups here. From backup we can create our databases here. Basically remember, to avoid the data loss scenario, so we have to schedule the backups. Okay, in the same way we have to maintain standby servers here. Why standby servers? Why? Because tomorrow one production server is down. Suppose here, this is my production server. Production server crash, something happened, right? So we can make this standby server available to the users here, right? So why? Because server may down at any time, maybe OS related issues or network related issues, right? Yeah. So if server is down due to any reason, uh, business loss is there to our client, right? Suppose Flipkart is there, Amazon.in is there. If our database server is down unexpectedly for 1 hour, how much business loss is there? That is the reason, remember, compulsory we have to maintain the standby servers here. Tomorrow production server is down, production database is down, immediately standby comes online, users can continue their work. Okay, right. The same way, we have to perform some regular yeah, maintenance activities. We have to perform regular maintenance activities. Generally, say like we are using one vehicle, right? Some car you are using or some two-wheeler we are using. Maintenance is compulsory, right? Same thing, remember. So we are using our databases, we are using our database servers, right? That's why maintenance is compulsory. Either monthly maintenance, weekly maintenance activities, for every 3 months some maintenance activities. All those things here we have to handle here. This is what we have to understand. So overall we have to understand here our job is what? Maintenance. Database and server maintenance is our job, and we have to avoid all these problems. And once again, remember, as a DBA, almost all remember 80 to 85% tasks are scheduled here. Okay, means what? That's why once you tomorrow in the job they are asking, uh, you are responsible to handle 300 servers. Okay, 500 servers. Then how we can handle 300 servers, 500 servers? That is the reason what we can understand here. Most of the tasks are scheduled here. Most of the tasks are automated here. We have to understand. Means what? Once we set up, they are going on. Backups are running. Some standby server is, yeah, changes are applied to standby server. They are going on. But remember, that's why tomorrow something happen, like backups are not working, performance issues are there, connectivity issues are there. Those issues we have to handle. In general, remember, for example, here, my production server is there in Australia, for example, Singapore, for example, here, somewhere we have to understand. So I'm sitting here in Hyderabad office, Hyderabad Wipro office. I'm sitting here. I'm supporting these clients here. For example, one client is a Citibank. For example, just I am saying for understanding purpose, means what total server setup is there here, but remotely I am supporting from here remotely as a remote DPS here, right? That's why today most of the jobs are there. Our IT jobs are there. We know already due to this pandemic, we have remote options are there. Even like tomorrow, if you join some company, means next 6 months, next 1 year, still they are allowing to work remotely. Okay, today, right, right. See, yeah, remote option is there. See, that's why something happened here in Singapore or Malaysia where our servers are there. How we know immediately? By sitting from here. That's why remember we'll get here, yeah, alerts will get, or we can say tickets will get here. Tickets means anything happen in the server, like performance has become slow, users are unable to connect, database is down unexpectedly, someone is trying to access our databases without valid credentials. Anything happen, remember, automatically we'll get the email notification or tickets will get. Then we'll connect to the server. We can start working with. Understood, right? Yes, that's why remember remotely we are connecting and we are working with the servers here remotely as a remote DBA. If any simple doubt is there, feel free to type in the chat panel. If any some confusion is there or something you are unable to follow, just I'm going step by step. I think no need to worry. So, but if any simple doubts are there, we have to yeah, type in the chat panel. Okay, so one of my small companies there, FRR IT services. We have some clients are there, especially African clients are there with us. Okay, so we have like one client is it Ministry of Education and Higher Education, Puntland. One state is there in Somalia, Puntland. Actually, remember for these African countries, these NGOs are supporting these countries like UNICEF, uh, Save the Children, GPE, Global Partnership for Education, European Union, World Vision. Like they said, so many yeah, NGOs are supporting these people to yeah, make their standards. Right. So the special like this is actually we have developed two applications for this client. So yeah, recently also in the month last December, I was at the client location last December. So previously we have developed one application, education management information system. So recently we have developed one more school level application, attendance and dropout tracking system. Why? Because still they are underdeveloped countries actually. So still they are trying to develop what improve their standards. Okay, right. Yeah. So that's why still they are not like our countries. Okay. So yeah, at the same time we have this is one of a state level actually. But the same time at that time, this is the central minister. He visited the state office. This is me. I was presenting the system, a new system actually, new application here also. So yeah, we have separate. They have their own data center. This ministry has their own data center, means they are not going with the cloud data center. Still, they have their own data center. But yeah, they are now they are developing their standards now with the help of these NGOs. NGOs are supporting here, right? So that's like that server is there directly. I can take remote desktop of the servers here by using here MSTSC. So I can mention here like IP address. So I can take the remote desktops here, remote desktop of the server. I can start working with these servers here directly. So like this, we have to understand server may be there somewhere, anywhere. Server may be there anywhere in the network. Directly we can take remote desktop of the server. We can start working as a DBA. That's why anything happen in production server, remember, we have those things, remember, we can handle here. As a DBA, we can sit anywhere, we can handle here. Understood, right? Remotely, we can support the clients actually. Remotely we can connect to the server, we can take remote desktop of the server, we can work with. That is we have to understand here what is our job. Understood, right? All people, any confusion is there? Please use the chart panel. If any doubts are there, please type in the chart panel if any simple doubts are there. Okay, right. No need to worry. Any simple doubts are there, you can ask me. Yeah. Any simple doubts are there, you can ask me. So I can repeat for you. Okay, step by step I am going still. Just I am trying to make you understand what is the DBA job, what we are doing as a DBA. Right? Yes. Yes. Yeah. That's why it is. Yeah. Uh, yes. That's why better interactivity is better. Okay, if anything is there, immediately we have to ask. Okay, my job is to answer, to clear the doubts. Okay, right. So that is like what is our DBA activities here. That's why we have to understand here in the summary, our job is maintenance. Then next one's your third point. If you see the application architecture, every application, remember, it may be web application or it may be mobile application, any application. Every application today, we have two parts actually in every application. One is what? Front end part is there. Maybe some people are already maybe you are familiar with, no need to worry. So my job is what? To go step by step. Okay, that's why no need to worry. We'll go step by step. Okay, so maybe some people are familiar. Yeah, it's no need to worry. Okay, step by step we'll go. Right. So front end part is there as well as what? backend part is there, right? Generally, front-end part is nothing but what? User interface part through which our users are working, right? And this user interface part is developed with what? .NET, Java, PHP, HTML, various things here, Bootstrap, Android, iOS, something, where as a application developer, we are working here, application developer. So .NET developers, Java developers, okay, Android, PHP, iOS, those developers will develop the front-end part, but back-end part is there, which is also called as what? Database part, where actual data is present permanently. That's why whenever we make any transaction, remember, the background data is stored permanently in the backend part. Previously, sir, one client was there, almost all 10 years back. CIBC, sir, one of a bank in Canada. One of a bank in Canada, sir, very big client actually. It's not my client, it is my company. It was TCS Chennai client, almost all in the year 2010-11. Very big client is there. Here, see, like, backend, remember, they are using SQL Server actually. For this website, remember, backend, they are using SQL Server. SQL Server, they are using. That's why whenever we make any transactions here, remember, once we click on submit button, so immediately request is submitted to web server, right? From here, immediately request is submitted to web server. Then web server will submit the request to what? The database server in the backgrounds here. Immediately request is submitted to web server. Web server is submitting the request to database server. Okay, so that is like we have to understand here how the transaction flow happened. So this database part means nothing but backend part is nothing but what? Collection of databases, backend part. And see, to work with these databases, to manage these databases, we are using RDBMS products we are using, right? To manage these databases, we are using what? RDBMS products like SQL Server, Oracle, Sybase, MySQL. So many RDBMS products are available in the market, right? Yes, that's why say like yeah, to connect and that's why to create and manage databases. Remember, so we are going with we are using the RDBMS products here. RDBMS products. That's why we have to understand here. SQL Server is one of your RDBMS product through which we can create and manage databases. See here, first point. What is SQL Server? SQL Server is a RDBMS product through which we are creating and managing databases. Okay, right, right. That's why as a DB, our job is what? To handle this backend part. Our job is what? We have to handle this backend part. We have to understand as a DBA. Right. So our front end part developers, they will develop the front end part, but our job is we have to handle the database part. Once again, remember, as part of SQL Server, we have different jobs are there. We can work as SQL Server developer. We can work as SQL Server database administrator. We can work as MSBI developer, Microsoft Business Intelligence developer. But we have seen our job is as a database administrator. Our job is what? Maintenance. Database and database server maintenance is our job. Okay, right. That's why remember, like, our job is very highly responsible job. That's why we should, go through in detail. Okay, just we can't say right click next finish. So it will be easy for you to follow that graphical interface, But tomorrow in the industry that will not work. Okay, we have to work with the commands also. Means what? Simple commands we have to work with, not like 10, 20 lines of commands. 10 lines of commands we are not working. We have to work with what? Simple commands actually. Right. That is like no need to worry. Whatever the regularly used scripts are there, I will share you the scripts. No need to worry. So like azure-sql.blogspot.com is there here. My blog is here. So most of the scripts which we are going to use in our course already have written here. See, most of the scripts, same scripts I will try to share you yeah, in the form of soft copy material also. Same scripts. As well as say like my YouTube channel is also there here. If you have any doubts are there before joining, you can see some of the videos, or if someone is working in your circle, you can show them up to what extent we are going to discuss this course. So maybe they will have already working people have our idea, so they can see that up to what extent I am discussing as part of our course. Okay, no need to worry. Right. So we'll go, already have said, we'll go step by step in detail. No need to worry. Okay. Right. Right. So if you type here Karim.yes in YouTube, you can see that my YouTube channel. Okay. Right. Already some videos are there. Some videos you can see here, or if any DBA is there in your relatives or friends, they can see that. Means if you are unable to decide whether we have to join here or not, no need to worry, we'll go step by step, right? So this is like yeah, application architecture, which part we are going to handle as a DBA, backend part we are going to handle. Then next year, like we'll see introduction to SQL Server. Yeah, already we have seen as a DBA, our job is what? Maintenance, right? Sir, from our previous discussion, what we can say about SQL Server? SQL Server is what? One of a RDBMS product developed by Microsoft. See here, same notes I will share you, no need to worry. Developed by Microsoft. Actually, first time Microsoft has introduced SQL Server in the year 1989, here almost all 30 years back. Okay, so it was released in the market. But say like today, we have so many versions are there. Our current version is the 2019 version. Current version is what? SQL Server 2019 is available for us here. Current version. SQL Server 2019 version, which is also called as 15.0 versions here, current version. But remember, tomorrow in the industry, tomorrow once you enter in a organization, we have to work with previous versions also. We have to work with what? Previous versions also. Like 2017 is their previous version, 2016, 2014, 2012. Like these are various versions are there. We'll see that history, we'll see. But we have to understand here current version is 2019 version. And generally say like to connect and work with SQL Server, we are using one tool called SSMS here. SQL Server Management Studio. See here, SQL Server Management Studio, we are using here one tool, SSMS. I will show you installation also from scratch, no need to worry. Directly from Microsoft website, we can download SQL Server software, we can install, we can start practicing. Maybe after like tomorrow's class, tomorrow also we'll see some theory points. Then I will try to show you in the tomorrow's class itself after 30 minutes. So how to install SQL Server in our laptops. Directly we can install, we can work here. Checker SSMS is a tool through which we can connect and work with SQL Server. Checker after installing SSMS, we can search here, see SSMS. Checker Microsoft SQL Server Management Studio. Okay, so through this Management Studio, we can connect to the server. Just remember, server may be there in our laptop, server may be there in US, UK, Australia, anywhere. We can connect through these tools here, SSMS. Even server may be there in Microsoft Azure. Azure is there here, one of a cloud computing platform today, right? Like AWS is there, Microsoft Azure is there. This is one of a cloud computing platform, cloud computing platforms here. Okay, so even the databases may be there in the cloud platform also. We can connect and we can work with that database. That's when the server may be there anywhere. Suppose here this is my one server is there in my laptop, actually in my system itself. Check here. Here FRR info is my system name. SBI is my server name. Server name. Okay, this is the server name, is it? So here's like which server it is here. SQL Server 15.0 version, means just now we have seen no 2019 version. This is my login name through which I have connected. Okay, right. So here see one of the major benefit is there in SQL Server. Directly graphically we can work with here directly. If we want to perform anything directly, we can do here graphically directly. But by using the commands also we can work. Here to work with the command subsidiary, if I right click on server name, new query, by using the query also, by using the commands also we can work with here. Okay, both the options are there. Graphically we can perform 90% activities directly by right clicking, but 100% activities we can do through commands. Already have said, no need to worry. Lengthy commands we can store in a file, no need to by heart. So directly say, like suppose let's say I want to see what is the version right now I am working with. Here simple command is there, select @ version. Always remember, after typing the command, select the command, execute. Here very clearly it is saying 2019 version. Like this, like simple commands are there. We can work with this. What is the server name? This is the server name we have seen here already. Like this, by using the simple commands, we can connect and work with the servers here. Means I want to display how many databases are. See, server is a collection of what databases here. Just we have to understand. SQL Server is a collection of what databases. Graphically, we can open, we can see here, or by using the command also we can see. Right. So that's for sure, like how we are connecting and working with SQL Server. Just here, if you see here in general, green icon is there here. See, database green icon is it, means database is running, it's meaning. Plus it is a local server, we have to understand, which is there in my laptop only. But we can connect to remote server also here, which is there somewhere in the network. See here. Yeah, this server is there somewhere in the network actually. You see what is the difference is there. This is my local server, which is there in my laptop. This is a remote server. Through static IP or public IP I am connecting. You see here question mark is there here. If you see question mark, generally remember it is a remote server. Means server is not there in my laptop, it is there somewhere in the network. We have to understand. Right? Yes. That is like yeah, local server, remote server, we can differentiate easily here. Right, that's why what I'm saying, by using this SQL Server Management Studio, We can connect to the server which is there in my laptop, or we can connect to the server which is there somewhere in the network with the valid credentials. Right. And generally, uh, yeah, we'll take once again 5-10 minutes maximum. We'll conclude the session. Right. Check here. Basically, we have seen every RDBM base. Yeah, it may be SQL Server, it may be Oracle, or every RDBMS supports what? Two types, SQL commands here. Every RDBMS supports which command? SQL commands. Right. Same thing, SQL Server also supports here SQL commands. SQL Server supports, one is a non-procedural language, is it? Non-procedural language is nothing but what? SQL commands. Second one is here procedural language is it? Programming language is it? Procedural language is there here? T-SQLs here. Transact structured query language. SQL means what? Structured query language. But say like as a database administrator, we should know these basic SQL commands. We should know basic commands. What I will do, I will provide you like 3 to 4 hours class recordings. I will provide you so that you can learn these basic SQL commands, as well as in our course also. I will touch the basic things. Okay, no need to worry. But these procedural languages are there, programming languages are there, where we can write the, means this is not our job, our developer's job actually, where we'll write stored procedures, triggers, functions, various things here by using what? Procedural languages, T-SQL. Yeah, so that is like, yeah, so that is like we have to understand here, like why? Because remember, in today's databases, we have to understand today's database. We have data plus programs. Data plus programs are there, remember, in today's databases. Means data is there in tabular format, plus programs are also there to work with the data which is there in tabular format. We are using what? We are using these T-SQL commands, sorry, SQL commands, right? The data is there in tabular format, right? To work with the data, we are using these SQL commands. To work with the programs, to develop the programs, we are using this T-SQL. Once again, remember, writing T-SQL programs is not our job. Don't get confusion. Okay, it is not our job. Our developer's job it is. Right. So check it. That's why like two types of yeah, two programming. Generally, every RDBMS supports here. Non in Oracle, maybe you are familiar, right? PLSQL is there. Here we have TSQL. Important point is it. Next important point. SQL Server supports two types of working environments here. Two types of working environments. Very, very important point. One is a standalone environment is a second one is cluster environments here. Two types of working environments, standalone and cluster. Standalone means, remember, we can maintain single production server. All the users or all the applications are connected to same server, and we can maintain one or more standby servers. Right? Why standby servers? Why? Because tomorrow if this production server is down due to any reason, so we can allow the applications to work with which servers? Standby servers. Means what? In standalone environment is for small scale applications where we can maintain single production server, one or more standby servers here. Single production server, one or more standby servers. We have to understand. But remember, for banking 24/7 applications, e-commerce related applications, remember we can't maintain single production server, right? compulsory we have to maintain a group of servers we have to maintain. This group of servers is called cluster. Cluster is nothing but what? Group of servers which are working as single server in the networks here. Basically, for basic understanding, remember, cluster is like our customer care department, right? Suppose one bank customer care department is it, like 10 people are sitting, 20 people are sitting, right? Whenever we are making call, immediately they will answer. Anyone will answer, right? Same thing, remember, here also for banking 24/7 applications, e-commerce applications, compulsory in the back end, we have to maintain a group of servers. That group of servers is called what? Cluster environment. So just remember, I will show you all these concepts practically. No need to worry. Clustering, performance tuning, like high availability concepts are there, like log shipping, mirroring, always on, replication, okay, scheduling, backups, security, database architecture, server architecture, memory architecture, connection related architecture, how the connectivity is happening. All those things I will show you practically. No need to worry. Even Reber clustering and always on also I will show you practically. Generally for clustering and always on we need what? Group of servers are required for us. So we can create those servers with some virtualization like VMware or Hyper-V, anything we can use here. Already have created here cluster environment also in my laptop with VMware. By using VMware software, remember, we can create the multiple servers. We can create the cluster also. Just remember, cluster is nothing but what? A group of servers. Generally, these servers, we are calling them as nodes actually. Node 1, node 2, node 3, like this here. So I will show you from scratch how to configure cluster also as part of this course. No need to worry. Okay, right. Just remember, group of servers which are connected to each other, which are working as a single server in the network, generally for medium and large scale applications like 24/7 applications, e-commerce applications, like banking applications, we need this cluster environment. Check here how we can verify whether I am working in standalone or cluster environment. We can verify here by using simple command is there here. Select server property is clustered. Here, simple command is there. By using this command, we can check. See here, graphically also we can see. Right click on server name, properties. Check here, is clustered false, it is showing here. Okay, means what? It is a standalone environment. So by using the command also we can check here. Select server property is clustered. Already we have said always select the command and execute. False, it is saying it is a standalone environment. I will show you here. Already have said I can start these machines. We can see here already have configured the cluster also by creating multiple servers. Okay, so we'll go step by step. No need to worry. So yeah, no need to worry. We'll go step by step. I will show you one by one. Right. So that is like yeah, how we can check very easily here whether right now we are working with standalone environment or cluster environment. Last point we'll see, but this one we'll see something more in detail in tomorrow's class. Just remember, SQL Server supports some high availability features here. Basically, remember high availability features are there to maintain standby servers here. To maintain what? Standby servers, standby databases. Why this standby servers, standby databases? To avoid business loss scenario. to our clients. Why? Because unexpectedly production server down. Why? Because today's server is started, lifelong it will not work, right? Maybe server database OS related issue may be there, disk related issue may be there, network related issue may be there. That's why compulsory we have to maintain what? Standby servers here. Compulsory. Okay, so that's why whenever production is down, whenever primary server is down, immediately we can allow the applications or users to continue with which server? Standby servers. Here in SQL Server supports some high availability features. Here by using these features, we can maintain the standby servers. Like we have log shipping is a transaction log shipping, database mirroring from 2005 version, always on from 2012 version. Like this, like various high availability features are there, replication, clustering. See, by using all these features, purpose is same. We have to understand to maintain what? Standby database. This is my production database. This is my standby database. Standby servers here. Here, see, like one database is there in production server. Same copy we are maintaining. See, applications are connected to what? Production server. Whatever the changes are made in this production database copy, as it is, they are applied to standby server automatically. Here, we'll set up one time as a DBA. We have to monitor actually regularly. Automatically changes are applied. Okay, this is my what? Production server to which our applications are connected. This is my standby server. Understood it? Yeah, high availability is it. HA means what? High availability. HA is nothing but what? High available. Highly available means what? Either in this server 1 or server 2, but available to the users. Means what? Tomorrow this server down or database crash, immediately we can make the applications to continue their work with which server? Standby servers here. That is the purpose of here high availability features here. Understood, right, all people? See, all these three features purpose is same to maintain as it is copy of database in different server. But today we are preferring always on here, one of the latest feature. Understood all people? I think it should be clear. Yeah, it is clear for all people. Just use the chart panel. Better for interactivity so that I know what you are following, what you are not following. So I can repeat again. I think it should be clear for all people. If any doubts are there, please feel free to type. Any simple doubts are there, no need to worry. One question is there, how to know which DBA using particular site? Single production server, real example. Which DBA, remember, like as in the organization, remember, like we have team is there actually, DBA's team is there. Let's say we are supporting like 5 clients. In my team, we have 8 members team is there. For example, I am saying 5 different clients are there like HSBC, Bank of America, Citibank, CIPC, like different clients are there. So if anything happen in any server, any client server, we'll get the tickets actually. We'll use something called ticketing tools we'll get the tickets. Then I will connect to the server. We can start troubleshooting. So that is like in general in a organization how we are working. Okay, right, right. So that's why compulsory. Remember, for every client, standby servers are compulsory here. Why? Because if anything happen in production server, we'll make the standby server available to the users. That's why all these log shipping, mirroring always on All these features purpose is same to maintain as it is copy of database in different server. What we'll do in tomorrow's class, I will discuss what is log shipping, mirroring, always on differences. Differences we'll see. Then after that, we'll see again like how we are working as a DBA once again. Then I will show you some basic installation part. Okay, right. Right, then thank you very much for attending my class. We'll see in future. Right.